And we're live.
That was perfectly timed. Well done, you. That's because you're part of the dream team.
I sometimes have done it way too early though, and I'm like, live.
The dream team is back and they're here and they're live on Energy Saving Week. Energy Saving Week was always a massive deal. I don't quite know how it's become such a massive deal.
We're really environmentally friendly, especially the younger generations. You can't underestimate how much this planet means, so I love to see it.
I agree with that. But what I think is quite interesting sometimes is that this one is really big and then other ones are not so big. I don't know why.
It's just timing of the year, maybe. I think also by this time of year, you've got your eco committee established and your digital leaders. So maybe this is a great time to collaborate and be like, right, digital leaders, eco committee, let's go do this.
Yeah, and also it's freezing.
Yeah, true.
And everyone's got the heating on and it's like, this is costing us a fortune.
True. Turn it down 1 degree.
Yeah, well, exactly. Keep all the doors closed, etc. Right, enough waffle. Welcome everyone to Energy Saving Week and your latest dose of digital leader medicine or live lesson medicine or whatever it is that you take for these sessions. I'm joined by I'm joined by the NOC, Nicole O'Connor.
What about y'all?
What about y'all? I wish I could actually say that with any authenticity whatsoever, because it is the best phrase. And we're going to be doing a couple of challenges as always. But before we get, do you know what I haven't done? I haven't done the challenge page on the scrolly. I've got it here. Whoa. And also, if you did put that page on like 5 minutes ago, maybe give it a little refresh, because I did go in there and put a little Google Doc on there for you iPad people.
Oh,
of which NOC is one. Yeah, she's like iPad queen of the Northern Hemisphere. Well, that's what she tells me.
I've got it on a stand today.
Ooh, posh. Nice.
I'm always looking down like this, and I'm getting tech neck, so I need to look up.
Tech neck. Yeah, I've got tech neck. It's never going to go now. Who's this?
Do you know he's not getting tech neck today?
No, Prananda. I'm saving energy by switching my laptop off today. That's not even true. I don't even know why he's saying it. We know we can spot his lies a mile off.
How did you send this message?
Yeah, I know. So there you go. Right, let's whiz through the rules. Number 1, pause this if you want. We're going to be back and forth, ping pong tennis, bonk, 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 between myself on the browser and NOC on the iPad. So you'll get 2 bites at the Digital Leader Live Lesson Cherry. But if you do need to pause because you're going a little bit fast, that's fine. Loads of people do.
Yeah. Especially if you only get one challenge done with the time that you've got, where you have to, get lined up and packed up for the end of the school day. That's groovy by us. Come back.
Exactly. That is particularly true in NI, where they have they're allergic to long school days.
Part-timers here.
Yeah, 2:45 finish. Woo! Right, number 2, NOC. What is it?
Yeah, I got to get your certificate. So if you're not sure how to get your certificate, you have to have been signed up for this. So if you didn't sign up, you could do like a reverse engineer sign up. So get your teacher to go to bit.ly/Adobe Leaders, click on one of the live lessons, and then this man, Mr. Trainer, will be sending you emails later on for the session so that you can get the certificates and claim all the goodies.
Yeah, the reason why I had my hands on my head there is because I think this is the 3rd live session where I've forgotten to send out that email. And I always promise myself I do, and I always forget afterwards. But people who've been on before, it's the same place as always. You can go and get it. But I will make sure I do that. Famous last words.
It's a busy month.
Yeah, exactly. And also number 3, the pizza party. If you're wondering how that works, go to the challenge page, scroll down to the bottom, and you will see how that works by doing the Express School challenges. Fantastic work. Nicole O'Connor, NOC, has got it right there. Look at that. It's right at the bottom. Beautiful. Have a little click of that image. You'll see how it all works. You'll see the form. You'll see how you get your pizza. Actually, you know what? I actually did. Oh, sorry. You were accessibility queen as usual. But I did just email everyone on the Express School challenge list, which has taken me a long time to get around to. But I've shaken the magic money tree to get some swag. I'm going to get it. Yeah, I know. And I'm going to get that sent out, probably be a couple of weeks. So if you're waiting and you're thinking, why hasn't it been yet? It's because it just takes ages for stuff to get done, always. Yeah. But anyway, there you go.
People in education.
Yeah, well, exactly that. Right, I'm going to take off the scrolly because I always forget to do it because it's also going to go on the screen in a different way in a second. Let's get that off as well. And let's get this on. Woo! Right, this is your challenge page. You can see the link, bit.ly/Energy Express. We put that everywhere. So if you haven't got it by now, too late. What is this graphic in the middle? Yeah, of course. What's the graphic? What's that crazy pixel thing?
That's a QR code so that you can just hold up your iPad and scan the camera, although mine's hiding underneath this. And then you can open straight to the page without having to do any typing. Super speedy.
Yeah. Straight to the, and for anyone who didn't understand that, it was straight to the page, not straight to the page. Right, let's go. Challenge 1 infographic. Page. Challenge 1 infographic. Think about 4 ways in which you could save energy in and around your home in order to reduce consumption as well as your energy bill. Good for the environment, good for the pocket. Let me just refresh my own page. You know, here's me just saying, oh, refresh your pages. I didn't refresh my own. There you go. If you need to, you can open up the Google Doc for iPad users because sometimes copying and pasting like this, can be tricky on the iPad. So if so, open up your Google Doc and you'll find something like this. Just easy things for you to copy and paste when you're doing your first challenge. Right. Share this tab. So what we're going to do, we're going to take these 4 bits of advice and we're going to put them into a graphic which looks a little bit like this. So shall we crack on, NOC? Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, let me be more organized than I am right now and share this tab instead. And we're going to create a graphic. But normally you might say, well, just create click this green hero tile. I think it's called a hero tile. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that because it's not very printer friendly. So I'm going to go over to the plus on the left-hand side. It's a US thing. It's an American thing. But if you go over and type in poster, it will go to this A3 one, which you can print out as A4 as well. And also because this is something that Emma MC told me yesterday, which I knew, but she's graphic design queen, isn't she? She's like, well, if it's A3, it'll be so big that the quality will be so big, so good on an A4. So I went, yeah, cool. So I'm going to click that one. Yeah, she does love her resolutions. Right. NOC, what's the first thing I'm going to do?
Oh, rename that file immediately.
Rename that file immediately. You see, that's why she's Dream Team, because she knows. Energy Poster 2025. Sweet. Nice. Yeah, that's done. Right. Now, first thing I'm going to do is, now you could go to background color and you could select a color if you wanted to. If you just wanted to have a standard color and you got more colors down here. But I don't want to do that. I want it to get funky. So I'm going to go to elements on the left-hand side. I'm going to go to backgrounds. You can see it at the top here, backgrounds. I'm using 2 fingers on my trackpad to screw through these, but you can also use the arrows of glory. Go to backgrounds here. Now, what do you want? I guess you probably want abstract and patterns, things like that. The featured free are quite good as well. I mean, that one is brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, I got no problem with that. I did actually search for geometric, I think. And then I thought these were quite cool. But, it doesn't really matter. But I think the most important thing, I did this one. I like that one.
Oh, yeah.
But I think maybe I'll go for this one, actually. The most important thing for me, I don't know what NOC thinks, is that it has to be something which isn't going to dominate the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you're going to put loads of text and images, aren't you?
Yeah, that's not the feature of our poster.
The feature is what we're going to do on the top. So I've got my background on, easy peasy. Now I'm going to put my text on, and it's just going to be Energy Saving Week 2025. Oh, I shouldn't press shift. 2025. There we go. Now, tell me what's wrong with this.
Not very accessible.
Not very accessible. What does that mean, accessible?
It means sometimes the contrast isn't as strong between the text and the background, so it just makes it quite hard to read. So if you find that you're needing to get up close, that's probably a good indicator.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I always ask questions like that to Emma and Nicole, because quite frankly, they know to explain it and I don't. So first thing I'm going to do is go to text layouts and go to dynamic, because it makes everything look good. As simple as that. And then you could go to recommended fonts and you could choose a font that you think is pretty good. But maybe before you want to do that, maybe you want to go to your fill color on the left here and, change it. Let's start by doing it as white. Why not? And then go view all for your recommended fonts. And if you find one in there, you're like, that was cool. That's the one I want. Like that, for example, that's good. But also you can just type things in. Bungee is a good one. I like Bungee. And there's different kind of ways of doing it. The regular, I think, is the best. So I'm going to do that. There we go. That's what I want. You see what I did there? This is absolute design quality. Just using the little thing. And the dynamic thing means it always stays in a box. And I like that. And then I'm going to pop it around about there. Pink line of alignment. Yes, that's what we want. And I'm going to put it sort of in the top third, I guess. That'll do. Got other things to do, but background and text, it's over to NOC to see what she's got cooking in the kitchen.
Yeah, so just going to get myself started as well. Go down, and I've already done my renaming, you'll notice, because we can't have that happening. Yes. Down into elements. Let's go to the backgrounds. And yeah, I want something quite plain. So I'm going to search for gradients.
Yeah, gradients are always nice.
Yeah, I like a nice subtle gradient. And then when I think energy, I do think green as well. So like this kind of is calling out to me at the moment. I don't want to. Oh yeah, that one's nice and subtle.
That's beautiful. Yeah, that's nice. That.
There we go, nice and gentle, or maybe that one. Yeah. Okay, I'm happy with that. Going to go over to my text and add my text in. I tend just to ignore all these ones. I think they're just there to distract.
I never use them.
Yeah. Just there to make you go squirrel. And like
yeah, I know. And they're quite fiddly as well.
Yeah. So for this, I'm going to use dictation on my iPad because I've got this little microphone beside the space bar. And if it's your first time, it might ask you, do you want to enable dictation? Yes, enable dictation. Energy saving week. Oh, it did do the other ones, but I think
it did do the other ones.
Quick clicking them off. Yeah. And it doesn't have a bother with my accent, so that's good.
No.
So I've got the same edit options then that I can do as Mr. Trainer. So I can go over to the recommended. I like a chunky font as well. I think that just automatically helps with accessibility, just makes it a little bit easier to read. The legibility of it all. And then maybe, let's see what a circle, no, circle's too extra. I'm going to have to stick with the dynamic as well.
Dynamic's just a winner.
Yeah, it just makes everyone an instant designer, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Instant design goal.
Maybe the thing to bear in mind is that it's going to go in a circle probably. You can do other stuff, of course, but maybe you might want to squash it down a little bit, maybe.
Squishy. And that's quite handy because you've just got the handles there and then obviously the pink alignment lines to even more of a design pro.
Yeah.
And then I'll play about with my colors and my choices here. Dragging up. I'm probably quite a bright yellow.
Yeah.
Would make it stand out quite well for me. I think that'll be my starting point. Might put an outline on it.
Yeah, outlines help with reading, don't they?
Yeah. So
okay. Right. Are you going to do that now?
I'm going to do a wee outline, yeah. I like now that the outline thickness automatically comes on. Remember, it didn't used to do that. You used to have to toggle on the thickness first.
Sorry. Oh. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but now it works there, so that's nice. That stands out for me.
Yeah, good work. Okay, so I think my accessibility is okay actually, because maybe the white and the green, they sort of balance out quite nicely. Yeah. So I'm all right with that. And then, so what I'm going to do next is go to elements again. And this time, instead of backgrounds, I'm going to scroll across to shapes. And then here, I just want a circle. And this one here, which has got the kind of black border. Yeah. And then a sort of gray fill. I'm going to click on that. Now, what I want to do with this is I like the border. And I want this to sit around my text here, you see. So I'm going to have to sort of shape it up. And if I keep on censoring it, it'll be in the center. But obviously, it's blocking the text. So there's a couple of things we're going to do here. First is it's got a gray fill color at the moment. Now, if I go over to my fill section on the left-hand side here and give it a click, I can remove that and have a no fill. That's what that white box with the red cross through it is. So I'm going to do that. Nice. And then I could get rid of that with the X. And then I could go to my border and I could change that to white. And then with that border, what am I going to do? Yeah, the border thickness. You can see it's here, the slider. Whoa! No.
That was a donut.
It was massive. And then I'm going to bring it down to around about there. I mean, maybe all of this is a bit big. I'm sort of starting to think that all of it is a bit big. So what you can do is, I mean, you can just start resizing things, but sometimes it's a bit easier to move things away from each other, resize them, and then move them back into position. So this one here, because I've got other things I want to put in there, and I made the mistake yesterday on a live lesson of just making it too big. So that is pretty good. Got a circle around it. All of it looks pretty sweet to me. Let's just do that little bad boy before we move on. Oh, she's there.
Oh, I'm here. Yeah, so I lined mine up on top of it, but then I sometimes like to drop the opacity just to see what's happening first in that bit. But then I really like that you were just going into Uncle Phil here, and
Uncle No Phil
together, Uncle No Phil, and then over to the border. I'm going to take the same like light yellow that I've got here, so I'm just going to use this little dropper, and drag it over until the circle of that dropper matches.
Yeah.
And now it's wanting to be stuck.
Do you know what? It was doing that to me yesterday. I think there's a little glitch in there at the moment.
Glitch. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for me, luckily, one of those ones, or the recommended ones, actually probably match really close. And then I can toggle up that thickness. Did the same thing. Went too chunky. There we go.
Yeah, nice.
Centered a little bit, so I'm going to drag this layer up on the right hand side over here. If you can't see your layer panel, just you find it up here. And you can drop it down. So I just want to drag my text up because I notice it's now not centered. Now it is.
There you go. There we go. Perfect. Very nice. Yeah. So the maybe if you're looking to match colors, for example, say like I selected my my circle here, and I wanted to change the border to a color that was, I don't know, maybe in my design, you would use this dropper tool. But I think at the moment it's kind of, you'll lose sight of it on mine. Oh no, it did work on mine today, but yesterday it was playing silly beggars, and I don't know why. But anyway,
that a new feature is coming. Every time something goes wrong the next day, it's like, boom, there's a new button.
Yeah, true. That might be the way. And also one of the things that Nicole was talking about there was your layer stack here. My circle is above my energy saving weak text, and I might just put it on top. I don't necessarily need to, but I think it might just help if I ever go and change it in the future. Like if I go and change the fill color to like, I don't know, like a yellow or something like that. It's easier when it's on top to do that. Actually, I quite like that. I'm going to keep it like that. Okay, right. Now, what you'll see in my example over here is that I've got kind of some circles with a little line coming off this center one. So if I go back to my poster, I've already done a circle. And quite frankly, I don't want to do all of that nonsense again. So I'm going to select it and then click duplicate. And it means I've got another one now. And now I can resize it. Yeah, dead easy. You don't want to be doing the same work twice. And then duplicate again, pop that one up there, duplicate again. I'm kind of randomly putting them in spots because I don't need it to be perfectly aligned. I kind of think it looks better if it's not. And then also you can change the sizes on them as well, so they're all slightly different. But one thing that I would recommend, because it did cause us a bit of grief yesterday, would be that, you know, try and get all of this quite high up the page. You don't want it to be going past halfway because you've got stuff to do in this bottom section here. So I duplicated my circle 4 times, arranged them randomly, Let's pop over to Nicole just to do that bit. Keep it nice and step by step.
So just clicking on the background circle, or you just go and find the circle in your layer stack, and then it pops up with the menu super handily. It knows what you're going to do next almost, and then get my next shape that I can resize. And yeah, I actually don't want it to follow too much with these lines because I'm quite happy for it to be a bit random, you know.
Yeah.
A little bit more energy saving.
Exactly. And what Nicole's done really well is that all her stuff is quite high up the page. That will. So if you're thinking now, oh, maybe my stuff's too low, get on it and get it sorted. Hello, shout outs. Forgot to even ask for shout outs. Prynawn da. I'm gonna have a go at this. Prynawn da, dosbarth, groeg, ysgol, Fyrnes. Do you know what? I'm pretty sure that was about 85% right.
It was 100% better than I did anyway.
If anyone's got any shout outs, do pop them in. We do love to see them, so get them in there. But yeah, let me know if that was a good representation of your school name. Anyway, right, we've got our circles in there. So let me where am I? I'm here. Let me get on with this. Okay, so we've got 4 pieces of advice and we've got 4 empty circles. Okay, so if we go to our challenge page here, we've got 4 pieces of advice. Now, you don't have to use these, but quite frankly, it might be easier if you do. Now, these aren't the only 4. You might have loads of other better ideas, and I'm sure you will, but I'm going to use these, and you're welcome to do as well. So this first one, turn off vampire devices when not in use. What's a vampire device, Nicole?
I hope it's not something garlic related, you know, and it's probably a light bulb.
Yeah, well, a vampire device. Come on, you know what it is.
It's got to be your lights. It's got to be.
Yeah, things that you leave on, you know, like, well, actually, vampire devices are more things that you leave plugged in, switched on when they're in like a standby state. So they're still taking power. Maybe not loads, but
so
and maybe like you
overnight.
Yeah, you know, like I had one of my bike lights in the other day, and I must have left it charging for 2 days, and like it only takes about an hour, you know. So you know, I was just paying for it to just sit there and just spend my money, which isn't great. So
I'm really good at doing that when I'm going on holiday. Like I'll be really good at switching off all the extension plugs.
Yeah, but maybe not in your own house.
Yeah, maybe not as good as it could be.
Yeah, so I'm going to go to elements on the left-hand side. I'm going to scroll along to icons. First light of icons going to be a vampire. Cool. Right, you got all sorts of madness in here. This one's great. I like it. And I'm going to select it, and then I'm going to resize it. Now, accessibility, as always, not so great with this. Oh, you see that? That was really nice. It says it's perfectly aligned in the center of that circle, which is cool. I like that. But the fill color,
theater from here, yeah.
Sometimes you do need to zoom in to check that you're actually doing the right thing. But if I go to the fill color, you know, black, you just can't see it. So let's go to fill color. Is it in my swatches? Do you know what? I find swatches so random sometimes. Sometimes it takes the colors and sometimes it doesn't, and I don't know why. But
I think once you start an icon in that color palette, it might be like, oh, your next would want to be similar, I suppose.
Yeah, so I'm going to use the dropper tool because mine does seem to be working today. Click it. You might lose sight of it now, but I am just hovering over the yellow energy word. Look at that. Perfect. Now, this is cool because if I now go back to my icons, now my second piece of advice is don't leave hot water running. So if I go to like tap, something like that, don't leave the hot water running, and then I'll click that one. Now, what do you see? What do you notice, NOC?
So this one's more like a line icon rather than a filled icon.
Yeah, it is. You're right. But tell me something about the color.
It's still yellow, and it chose it.
Yeah,
it just
exactly
what you wanted, just like
that.
that.
I didn't have to do anything, and it just did it for me. Amazing. So every time now, every time I go back. So now the next one is leave the car and ride your bike instead, you legend. every time every
We'll
time I go back to
find a legend.
bike legend. I wonder if what I get for no, sorry, we didn't find anything. Right, just bike then. I mean, this person must be a bike legend. So when I click that, it does go into a weird place, but it's yellow again. Amazing. So this makes things really easy for me. And then the last one is what's the last one? Turn off the heating at night, sleep better in a cold room. So
that's true.
Yeah, it is true. Yeah, I do find it as well. So maybe here I'm going to do something like radiator, something like that. Like turn off that heating. Come on, you're baking at night. You're not a baked potato. Let's get that and resize you, and then pop you in the middle. There you go. Nice. Right. So that was dead easy. That was easy peasy. Right. Let's go over to NOC. There we go.
You know what? I'm feeling a wee bit extra. Yeah.
That's such a Northern Ireland phrase. A wee bit extra.
I mean, I could go over to my icons, but I think Mr. DT there, I think you summed it up so well that actually I could probably demo another skill. So I'm going to hop over to media, and I'm going to go into my photos here, and I'm going to find photos to fill in this space. It'd be really fun if there is a vampire. Oh wow, these are
great. Amazing. Go for it.
Oh gosh,
great.
These are so extra. See, this is how extra I was feeling. Pretty epic.
Good.
Yeah, that's a good guy. I don't see I'm looking like a Count Dracula style one, but maybe
put Dracula in. I think that would probably be more more accurate, I reckon.
What they're looking for. I mean, this week is probably the closest.
Yeah, I'd go for that.
What I'm thinking of. So, and you know what?
I don't need. Device.
Yeah, and I don't need the witchy friend. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crop this, and I'm going to crop it into the shape of a circle, just here.
Nice.
And now what I can do is if I grab the circle handles in the corner, I can resize and then just drag this little Dracula vampire into position. And I can still see that he's on a device there. So I think it works pretty well. Now to get to like select that, just tap off the image, and that kind of like locks it in place. And then I can just find a wee spot to slide it into.
Nice.
That works for me. Yeah. So what I'm going to experiment with is if I go to the 3 wee dots here and I duplicate, and it's already kept my circle crop. So if I replace this image now with the next one, will that save my time basically doing these?
That's the next level tip. Yeah.
Boom. So back into my photos, because it knows I want to replace from there. So the next one was the bike legend. So cyclist, I'm going to search for. I mean the first one's pretty good for me, to be fair.
Great photo.
Just move it over. I like a silhouette as well. I think that works well for me. And there, it's already kept my crop. So 3 dots again, and then I'm going to go duplicate and place where I want this next one. Then we had being cold at night, didn't we?
Yeah. So turn your radiators off.
Turn those radiators off. So replace, and I'm going to look for the radiators. And again, don't forget, you've got that little dictation tool right there if you need to. Look, there's someone actually turning off the radiators. So that works for me.
Right.
Like, boom. And I'll just move the hand over. And then I forget what the last one is. So let's just hop over to my Google Doc.
Hot water. Tap.
Hot water. A tap. So now I need a tap. 3 wee dots. Duplicate. Size her up. Replace. And go and find a tap. And there we go. That one will do the job rightly, I'd say.
Yeah.
There we go. I'll just filter about with my sizing because I do want these to be aligned like that. There we go.
Yeah, nice. That's perfect. And it's all nicely bunched up the top, which is great. So let's see where we're going next with this. Right. So I'm just using my fingers on the trackpad because I kind of use my two fingers to separate and go together to zoom in and zoom out, so you can just see what's going on a little bit better. Next thing I'm going to do is put a title on this, or at least a description of what this kind of poster represents. Now, I've already got a font that I really like and a color I really like, so I'm going to select that, 3 wee dots, duplicate, bring it down, and then now I'm going to just triple click in there. I always find a triple click, and then I would be, as I say, 4 ways to reduce your energy bill, something like that. And probably if you're on a fancy iPad, you could dictate it, yeah. And I'll just make it, I mean, it doesn't really matter if it goes on one or two, really. I mean, that one's fine, but what I am going to do is make sure it's centered. And I like that, actually. That works quite well because I don't know why it works quite well, but it does. And then I'm going to put a shape on it down here. I've got my shape icon. Why do I want to do that? I suppose just to distinguish it, I suppose, from the rest of it.
Give it its place.
Yeah, give it its place. Make sure that people understand that's exactly what we're doing here. So immediately, it's giving me this basic shape. But if I look down here, I've got this show more category. And the one I really like.
That's where all the extra ones are.
There's all the extra. And then you've got decorative down the bottom, but I'm usually not a massive fan of the decorative ones. Well, you know, they have their place. And then I'll go to this one here because it always means that you'll get a stripe across your page, which is great. Now, Emma's, Emma, well, I've got to stop calling you Emma. Nicole is having a fit here because the accessibility is absolutely dreadful. So if I go back into my shape, you can see here I've got text fill and shape fill. And what I'm going to do with my shape fill is click it. And, you know, I've got 3 colors on this to me. I've got the green background, I've got the white boxes, and I've got the yellow text. And so the only one that I think is appropriate here is the white box. This is creating a problem for me. What problem have I got now, NOC?
Yeah, like inverse accessibility issues.
Yeah, oh, that's an interesting one. What if I flip it? Still not that great. Now, yeah, I'm going to increase the shape size. That's the first thing I'm going to do. But then Nicole is going to tell me exactly what I should do here.
I was just thinking cutout would work.
Cutout could work. That is true. That's one way of doing it. I think maybe I'll just put an outline on it, like a black outline. There you go. Can you read that?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, much better. And you can change the thickness of your outline as well.
Oh, yeah.
And that makes it stand out a lot more. Right, let's go back over to NOC and see her doing her tech stuff as well.
Yeah, so I muted myself for a second to get my voice, my dictation.
Oh, nice.
So got it. It did pick up one of your words, but it was fine. Going to scroll down on my text panel on the left-hand side here, and the second last one is shape. And in here is where I want all the fun stuff. I quite like the idea of having like a complete banner across the side, the whole thing as well. But do feel free to like put a wee stripe of creativity into it. So I'm going to go with this one because it just leaves this like neat little triangle at the edge. You can go into obviously the little menu button to like customize this a bit better. Maybe change the shape fill. It goes to this default yellow, doesn't it? It really loves this yellow. And I'll see if my color picker works now. No, still raving and misbehaving. And that's kind of, this is the cutout that I was talking about. You know, that's an option to look at if your background works. Like that's actually less accessible than that was. So I'm not going to go with that, but it's an option to explore. Just makes your text see-through. So yeah, I'm quite happy. I'm happy enough with that. I've got my text in and I'm ready to start adding the 4 descriptions below. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's get on to that then. So I've done icons. I've got 4 icons in here. And what I'm going to do with this, and this is probably easier for me than it would be for Nicole here. So I'm going to select, I mean, I could select all 4, I suppose. I mean, you can select and then just duplicate, and then you've got one to drag down here. And then I'm going to put my piece of advice next to it. But let me just show you. You can select one, press Shift if you're on a browser, select two, select the tap, select the bike. And then if you go to your three wee dots and go duplicate, you have them all. You've done it in like one hit, which is quite cool. And then when you select off them again, you can just drag them down. And drag them down and drag them down. Now these are too big, so I am going to reduce them just so that we sort of have enough space for our text. Pop them in there. I will have to play with the alignment on these, I think, but roughly speaking, that looks okay. And you can see that the pink lines are doing me an absolute solid here by telling me that my spacing is pretty decent as well. So I'm all good with that. So I've got my 4 icons here. I'll put my text in as well because I think Nicole's going to do it in a slightly different way. The way I'll do that is by going back to here, and then I can select all of this text by clicking and dragging over it. I'm using Control and C, or whatever it is that you want to use. You can right click it as well and copy. You can't see me doing that on screen. Whatever, for whatever reason, when we're streaming, you can't see those things. But I've copied all of that text. And then I can go back here. And then if I go to text on the left-hand side, add your text, you can see it's giving me my Bungee font. You can see Bungee over there on the left-hand side. It's giving me my Bungee font again, which is great. If I paste all of that in, boom, whoa, that is intense. There's a lot of it in there. So, yeah, I know. I'm not even sure whether that was a good idea now, but we'll see. Now, first thing I'm going to do is change the fill color of that text to white, and then I will reduce the size of it. I think this time I'm going to use my minus button. That looks a bit better. Now, I'll put it at the top here for now. Turn off vampire devices but not in use. I'm going to put my cursor in here, and I don't know whether this is going to work, but I'll try it. And I'm just going to press return. Well, that doesn't do too badly. And then I go to the end of this one here, and then put my cursor in, press return. It's doing all right, actually. End of this sentence here, press return. Hey, what do you know? That's worked out perfectly. I'm happy with that.
Jammy dodger.
I know, that's a proper damn jammy dodger. I didn't think that was going to work at all. But that's what, look at that. I mean, I'm finished.
You're done.
Yeah. I mean, you can select them one at a time. That's an interesting way to do it as well. But yeah, have a go with getting your text underneath to complete your poster. NOC, what you got cooking?
Right. I'm going to take mine from the Google Doc that's on the challenge page. And all you have to do is to copy on the iPad is you double click one of the words, and then you get these handles, and you can grab the lower blue dot and drag it over everything that you need. Once you've done that, you'll see it pops up with a little menu. Do you want to copy or select all? But I'm happy to copy because I have selected all that I need. Gently swipe up from the bottom there, you saw, and then, well, Adobe Express was there, but I just swiped out accidentally.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a couple of options. I could replicate something like that, but I would have to make my icons quite small, my photographs. What you could also do is you could maybe alternate where your photos go down below. Like you could have one on the left and then the next one's on the right. The left and then on the right. Or you could just go pure and simple. Sometimes just
put your text in. Yeah.
Just paste in the text. Now you've got two options for text, depending on what version of iPad you have. To paste it in, you've got these buttons right here. This is where you can paste what's on your clipboard and add it all in, just like this. If you don't have that button, then what you would do instead is you hold down anywhere in the space of your text box and tap it, and there would be a paste button come up, but because I've gone this way, it's being freaking out. So now what I want to do is all those quick wins there of just basically adding a return. So I want to go up to use and put a return there. Come down to it, put a return, the legend, and put a return. Now, what I could do, because I'm on the iPad and it's super handy, what I could do with this one is I've got access to emojis. So I could put in, I could put in emojis for all of these as like almost like little bullet points. So I could go to my emoji ones over here and go to the search bar here and search for vampire. There we go. Boom.
Oh, what?
No. X'd out. No. Okay. Express.
Never mind.
They're too smart.
Doesn't like them. Yeah.
Doesn't like them. It's because it's saying, hey, we've got perfectly good icons here that you could use.
Probably.
So it's a no for that. Right. Stop popping up.
Yeah, well, that keyboard just keeps popping, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really wants you to keep editing the text, but like I'm nearly done. So I'm just going to change my fill, put on my dark teal, put on my outline. Actually, maybe I want to put a lighter outline this time. Go with the light yellow. And let's just try a shadow to see if that does any popping on it. You know what? Actually, the classic worked well there. Smooth, pretty good. Too much, not enough. Yeah.
Maybe try the strong down at the bottom. That's often quite good.
Oh,
is it?
Screw. Yeah, that's a nice one. I'm happy enough with the color for that. For now, let me see. Oh no, on that. So it looks different on my iPad than it does on that. It actually looks really bad on that. Looks good on my iPad. So you just have to trust what you see. Trying to see which one looks better on that screen. That one looks better on that screen, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What I can also do is go back and I could see that like maybe my outline thickness would look better.
Oh, that makes a massive difference.
Yeah, and let's just stretch those out and drag this down a little bit. So it's because this is the bit I'm wanting to drag that little crosshairs.
Yeah.
But it keeps trying to want me to either accidentally bin my work or start hyperlinking it, and we're not going to hyperlink right now. So zoom out now. Oh no, wait, I put an accidental T in there. This has just turned chaotic. There we go.
Nice. Perfect. I like that a lot. Right. Let's
there, so I'll change it around for myself, but I'm happy that I've completed challenge 1.
There you go. Right. Now that we've done that, you can, where am I? I'm here. You can download it. Who knows? You can see download button right up here at the top. If you wanted to print these out, maybe you want to download it. Download it as a PNG, download it to your computer, blah, blah, blah. And then also, if you want to share it, create a link, because maybe you'll put it into, I don't know, like a Padlet, or sending it to Google Classrooms or Microsoft Teams or anything like that, or send it to Google Drive. You can do that there, or send it to your teacher. Best way to do that is either by clicking the icon you need, or you can go to View Only Link and create a link. And that might take, sort of 20 seconds or whatever. I don't think we need to show that for too long. Nicole, quick little share from you.
Yeah, just download. Download it to your device, airdrop it wherever you need to, air print it if you want, upload it to whatever platform. And then also if you want the link, you just do the same thing that Dawn was doing. Hit the share button, get your view only link, and you'll see that has saved to my camera roll. So I'm ready to go.
Very nice. Okay, of course you're enjoying Adobe Express.
5 stars, obviously, but I will give you a really detailed review later. I'm on a live lesson.
Right, let's get back to here, and let's get back to here. Challenge 1 done. Super skill, adding in a presenter using Animate from Audio. Ooh, if we had more time, we'd probably do that. But let's go to challenge 2, video. We never leave enough time for videos, so let's get it done. Using your 4 statements from challenge 1, it's time to create a video of your ways to shave energy. You could save it as well. You could save it. Don't have to shave it. We're using stock video to bring scenes to life. Record voiceovers of your 4 statements. Animate text for each statement. Add a soundtrack which doesn't drown out your voiceovers. Right.
Ooh,
you're going to be needing, exactly. You're going to be needing all of these things, all of these bits of advice to create your video. So let's go back to Express. Top left-hand corner, you can see the tiny A for Adobe. Give that a little clicky.
This one.
And then, yeah, I know. We always say the big A. It's not. It's tiny.
Big A, but it's tiny, yeah.
Yeah. And then we're going to go to make a video, the orange one. Doesn't matter. That's the best one to use. So give it a click. Okay. Let's get all of this nonsense out of the way. No, thank you. And then here, I'll put like Energy 2025 video. Okay. I've renamed my project. I'm ready to rock and roll. So What we're going to do here, you can see you've got a timeline at the bottom. These are your scenes. You can add scenes, dead easy. I'll use my back button. Don't forget you've got a back button, which means you can get rid of all the mistakes you might have made. Perfect. But in my first scene, I want to go to media. I'm going to go to videos, search video, and I'm going to search for energy. Who knows what you're going to get?
Big energy.
Yeah, big energy. That's really slow energy, that video. This one, look at that. It's like some kind of, yeah, it's amazing. I'm going to stick it in there. Yeah, it's a 10-second long video. Don't think I'll necessarily need 10 seconds, but you know, that's fine. And maybe do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set up all my scenes right now. So my first one was I just searched for energy, and I'm going to put some text on the top saying 4 ways to save energy. But before I start messing around with text, I'm going to go to add a scene. You can see it down the bottom here, add a scene. And then we can put like plug. So it's going to be about unplugging your devices. Now, some of these are actually people literally plugging things in, but that's fine. It doesn't really matter, like as long as they're doing something along those lines. Yeah,
maybe unplug.
Yeah, I did try that yesterday, and it just gives you plug stuff. It's the same, really. Like, what's this dude doing?
Is he juggling sockets?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. He's doing something mad. No, he doesn't know either. I'm gonna put this one in. That's just someone plugging something in. That's fine. We've got bike legend. Don't forget bike legend. So maybe I'll put cycling in. As a great POV. No hands on the handlebar.
No hands.
Oh, that would be so irresponsible for me to put that in. There's no way I'm going to do that. Get a barrage of emails. Right. Maybe this one here. So that's the bike one.
And he's got a helmet, so he's a bike legend.
Yeah, exactly. Add a scene in. What else do we have? We've got radiators. You need to be turning those off. So radiator. And here's somebody. Let's pretend that they're turning that one off. So let's. I can't work out whether it's on or off. I think this one actually is off. So that's my radiator one. And the last one, by the power of Grayskull, what is it?
Well, that's it. There's 4. Are you adding a bonus one?
No, because one's my title slide. Hot water running. There we go. I knew I couldn't rely on Nicole. Tap. Let's just put tap.
Oh.
Let's see what we got. I know. This one, is someone going to turn this off? Probably. Yeah, someone's actually turning it off. Sweet. So I'm going to put that one in. Right, there's my scene. That's basically my video done. Title one, plugs, bikes, radiators, taps. Right, NOC. We're moving over to you.
And I better not need any help.
By the power of Grayskull.
I see your energy one, but I'll go for the one below it. If you just press down on them on the iPad, if you just like gently press, whereas if you hold down, you'll see there it's coming up with like drag this down here. But if you like gently hover on it, you can get a little preview. So that one's quite slow, but what I can do, and then I'll go straight on, is I can speed this up. So I can just but just that, and it basically took our 20-second video to 10 seconds, and now it's like yep, loving it. Okay,
that's amazing. Next,
on to the scene.
So you just pressed the plus there, did you?
Just the plus. I know I'm going super speedy now. Plus to add your next scene, and I've got my empty 5-second scene. Might change depending on what I'm searching for. So this one then is going to be our cyclist. And yeah, I really like these sunset ones with silhouettes.
Yeah, I love them. Yeah.
I love them. Let's have a little play of it. I'm not really cycling, just looking at a lovely view. So I might replace that. Let's just go on to the next plus. And then this one, I'm looking for hot water. Do you know what? Let's see if there is like a steaming one.
Yeah, that'd be good.
It's like, yeah. This looks like hot water springs though, not like hot water taps. More what I'm thinking. Maybe I just need a normal tap. Yeah, in that first one, I'm going to do the job. Someone washing their hands. A hand washing legend. And then last but not least, the radiator, or I'm going to try a thermostat. And let's see if we get something similar.
Yeah.
That looks like my one.
That's good. Oh yeah, posh one.
Although they're turning it up, I think. I'll
Right.
have to. I might replace that. So if you do need to replace any of them, you'll see like the little replace button comes up. So when you tap in, you can just replace, and it will snap it right into the place that you want there. So
Cool.
yeah, I'll figure about with this bit.
Yeah, you've got one more, you know. Don't be shirking.
No.
Right, you have got one more. Right, we're moving on because she doesn't even remember. Hang on, is she? Oh, it's the plug. You missed the plug.
The vampire devices.
The vampire devices.
I keep saying exactly. 4. I just keep going, oh yeah, 4 scenes. There's 4 things to put in.
Yeah. Well, you can just do 4. That's fine. Yeah. Right. Let's get some text on here. So I'm going to go to text. Add your text. Right. It's asking me what text do I want to put in there because it's all highlighted now. I can go back to my challenge page. First one. Oh, actually, first one is 4 ways in which you could save energy. I'll just copy that bit. That's fine. And then I'll go back here and then paste it in. Now, accessibility nightmare. Let's go text layouts. Let's go to dynamic. That's going to make it look cool without us having to do much work, which is great. And then fill white. That's looking better. And then recommended fonts. I don't know. Maybe chunky is always good. This one, that looks fine. And then maybe also, if I select it again, maybe I'll put an outline on it and put a black outline. And that just makes it a little bit easy to read no matter what color comes on. And I'm bringing, you see here, bringing the thickness up. I mean, actually really far up is good. I like that. 4 ways in which you could save energy. Right. Now that I've done that, I'm going to select that piece of text, go to the 3 wee dots and go to copy. And now that I've got that copied, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my playhead. You see my playhead here? Whoa, that energy video is sick. And then I'm going to put it at the start of the second scene. And then what I can do is there's different ways you can do this. You can use your keyboard shortcuts, which would be Control and V. You can right click on the side of your gray and copy it and paste that in. But obviously I don't want it to be 4 ways in which you could save energy this time. I'm going to share this tab, and it's going to be my first bit of advice. Turn off vampire devices. So here, triple click, paste, boom, done. And then I can go to my next scene, because don't forget, hang on. No, I'll need to recopy, won't I? Because, yes, I think I'll need to recopy. Actually, let's try this. If I drag my playhead to here, I'm hoping it's going to copy. If I do add my text, nah, not nearly as good. No,
not nearly as clever as the icons.
No, exactly. I'm going to delete that. Go back to here, select this 3 wee dots, copy, bring your playhead over to here, right click on the side or use your shortcuts, paste it in. Don't want that one because it's the bike legend. So I'm going to go here, leave the car and ride your bike instead, your legend. Get that. Go back to my video, triple click, paste it in. Might need to center that again so I can sleep at night. There we go. So I'm basically doing that every time. But what we found here is that once you do paste it in, 3 dots, copy, go to your next slide. This is the radiator one. 3 dots. Oh, not 3 dots. Right click, paste. Ah! How odd. Very odd. Yeah, maybe I'll go back and copy this one instead and see if it does the same thing. Copy there, go to my radiator, right click, paste. Odd. Anyway, that one's radiators. So I'm going to go here, turn off the heating at night, copy that, go back to my energy video, triple click in here, paste. And then recenter. Right. Rather than watching me do that again, let's watch Nicole do that again instead.
Yeah.
Go on then.
So I'm going to need to reorder some of my scenes because they're not in the order of the text. But that's a good skill to learn anyway. You could, of course, change the order, or maybe you've paused the video and you've put up your own energy saving tips. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little look at my order here. So the vampire devices needs to go first. So I need to move this one up. And it's 47 seconds long. That is way too long for what I'm needing. So let's see. Maybe I'll just move this one because that one's not wanting to move for me. Any reasons why?
Let's have a look. What the video clip isn't.
Let me see if I can click off my split screen. No. Yeah.
Not wanting to move. Can you move any of the others?
Drag over. Let me try this one. No. Okay. Let me see.
Right.
Sometimes there's like an extra button then that might be for moving this. Do I need to move somewhere else? No. Guess I'm
that is not strange, isn't it?
Order.
Yeah. What about press and long hold? No.
Let's see. Press and long hold.
Because mine kind of.
Oh,
yeah.
there we go.
There you go.
It was like an obscenely long hold. So like really hold it.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, right. That's what we wanted. I also wanted to shorten that scene down. So let me see what was next. Where's my link gone? We go back in here and click it open. 4 ways. Don't leave hot water running. Okay, I won't. Having a mare here. Let's see, that one should be here. So hold down. Yeah, obscenely long time holding down.
Yeah.
Work longer than the other one. And then next was the bike legend, and then the
bike and heating. Yeah.
Bike and heating.
And
so I'm all right.
Good with that, yeah.
I'm all good. So scrub my playhead back to the start of the video and let's get my text in. So I think, again, whatever system and process you want that works, I'm going to add in my text, find the layout that works for me, copy the text boxes and paste the placeholder text and all the scenes, and then change the text. So 4 ways to save energy. Big energy. Let's view some font types here. That's quite a nice one. It's got a funky E.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Oh, that one. I like that one better.
Bungee. There it is.
Oh, it's Bungee.
Yeah.
You knew it straight away. Pick it out of a lineup, can't you? And then let's see if I can find a color that's going to work well for me. I think on this one.
Oh, that works well.
Going to be quite bright. Yeah. Right. Zoom out a wee bit here so I can see what I'm working with. Yeah, not centered. And probably could play around with, because it's not in dynamic. So
no, it's not. Get in dynamic.
Instant designer with dynamic DOM. And
yeah. How anyone gets through life without dynamic is beyond me.
And then I'm going to pop on a little shape behind it, but I'm going to make this shape quite transparent and I'm going to make it white. I'm going to make it quite large. So
nice.
Just a little something for it. I think works well. Now, 3 wee dots in the corner of our text box here and copy. And then I'm going to go and paste this on every scene. So 3 wee dots, paste. Next one, find your 3 wee dots anywhere. Paste. Next one, 3 wee dots, paste. One more time, 3 wee dots, paste. Okay, now I can go in and change all of those. So if you can do the exact same wording, copy and pasting, or use your voice, your dictation to just type in your reworded version of this if you want, just for speed.
Yeah.
So
cool. Well, maybe I'll steam ahead.
Yeah, go for it. And then I can mute myself whilst I do this.
Yeah, no worries. Right. Okay. So let me just check my text. 4 ways you can save energy. Turn off vampire devices. Leave the car and ride your bike instead. Your legend. Turn off the heating. Leave hot water running when you don't need it. Right. Now, what you could do here is, if you didn't want to do any voiceover or anything like that, what I would recommend is, because you don't need to necessarily, this should be like a video graphic, you know, like it could be a video information piece. That's fine. But what if I just zoom in down the bottom here, you'll see my first scene is 10 seconds. My next one's 11.8. My next one's 13.8. My next one's 8. My next one's 10. So it's all kind of random. There's all madness going on. So you need to be thinking about how long each scene is. Now, we've got kind of 15 minutes here, so I am going to do this. I'm going to do a voiceover for each section. Let me just zoom out and zoom in here so we can see what's going on. Right. The way to do a voiceover, easy peasy. Go to media, go to audio, record voiceover. I'm going to use my Razer Siren Mini because it's the best microphone I've got. Now, your text is on screen because you've just put it in. So this is going to make it super simple. Start recording. 4 ways in which you could save energy. Okay. Now, just tell me, Nicole, whether you can hear this if I play it back. Could you hear that?
No sound.
No sound. Okay. Let me stop sharing and then go back here, and because it did give me a little thing before saying, right, share screen, include, yes, share. Right, let me see. Does this work now? 4 ways in which you could save energy.
It does indeed.
Cool, perfect. Right. So now you can see if I scroll in, if I zoom in on the bottom here, you know, my voiceover is 4.9 seconds, but my whole scene is 10. So it's a bit long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this so it's just slightly away from the start. So it doesn't come in straight away. And then I'm going to trim this all the way back by clicking and dragging on the corner. There we go. 7 seconds. That sounds fine. I mean, I might even like take it back a little bit further actually. So like that, it keeps on snapping back to the start because it's quite small. There we go. And then, you know, reduce them down, you know, I don't know, 6 seconds, 6.5. That sounds fine. And then I'm going to put my playhead on the next scene. And then if I zoom out here and record voiceover again, get the right microphone. Oh, let me zoom in on here so I can see my text. Turn off vampire devices when not in use. Whoa, Okie dokie. It's just absolutely classic television. And then I'm going to drag that one away from the start a little bit and then bring that all the way down. I'm just doing this for all of them. So these scenes don't have to be exact, but they have to make sure they have to fit your voiceover in and not just go on forever and ever and ever. So our next one is this one, leave the car and ride your bike instead. Now, I keep on moving mine away from the start. A better man than me, a better person than me, would actually just put their playhead a little bit past the start. That would be a better way to do it. Record voiceover. Let's zoom in on here so we can see it. Oh, no, I don't want that. I didn't select the right microphone. There we go. Start recording. Leave the car and ride your bike instead. You legend. And then now I don't have to move it away from the start because I put my playhead there, but I do need to trim this all the way back to about there. I'm just going to keep on doing this. So I don't think you need to see it. Maybe we should see it on the iPad. Are you ready for that, Nicole?
Yeah, come on. Let's do it then. Come on then. Come join the fun. So, yeah, I'll just go back to the start. So scrubbed my playhead nearly at the start of the entire video. And I can go over, not quite, picking up top tips. So head over to the media tab. And I'll go over to the audio heading and record my voiceover. If it's your first time using the microphone on your iPad with Adobe Express, it will ask, do you want to enable it? Yes, you do. So record your voiceover.
It does it every time. It's yeah.
I thought it was maybe just from the new update because drawing is now on iPad. So I thought that was the reason. So let's click allow and do my first title. Start recording. 3, 2, 1. 4 ways to save energy. Finish recording.
So when the iPad actually when Nicole is streaming you can never actually see the microphone recording. It gets to the allow bit, and after that you can't see, but you'll work it out from there. It's just press start recording, and you'll see it's that easy.
So what I want to do now is trim a little bit of my first scene, and I just tap on the scene itself, and you see these little handles at the side, so I can just trim that one down.
Nice.
So that it matches up nice and neat like that. My playhead now, a little bit after the next one. Unplug vampire devices. Record voiceover. And okay, so as soon as I click record.
Yeah, we'll listen to you though. That's great.
Yeah. I've got the little jumping lines. 3, 2, 1. Unplug vampire devices. Whoa. I think yours was better. We're gonna have to
I don't know. I think that's an Oscar-winning performance.
You have to get votes in the comments.
Yeah.
There we go. Drag that down. And then rinse and repeat. So I've slight word changes. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep adding it in one after another.
Yeah.
Turn off hot water taps when not in use.
Nice.
Bust out your best telephone voice or your voice.
Yeah, exactly. Well, maybe you finish those off. We'll have a look at a soundtrack. Let's go over here. So I didn't finish mine because I was too busy watching Emma's performance. And we've got where am I? I'm here. So let's just assume that I've done more of these. What else can you do with this? Well, you'll see that when you're in your audio tab, you can search for audio, and you've got sound effects, and you've got acoustic, and you've got background and blues and all sorts of stuff. I mean, I'm not really sure. Energy, yeah, I suppose like you could scroll and go to like dance music. And let's see what's going on here. Whoa! I'm just going to click, and the thing goes in straight away, start to finish. You did hear that pumping track. I'm hoping, Nicole, give me a thumbs up there.
I was recording, so I had you muted for a second.
Right, well, we just had pumping dance music in here. So that went in there. So I play it now. 4 ways in which you could save energy. Yeah, loving it.
I think there was a key point saying not to drown out your voice, though.
Yeah, it does say don't drown out your voice, and that one badly did. So I'm a 15% man. What are you?
Oh, 10.
Ooh, she's a tenner. She's a tenner. And what we mean by that is you want your voiceover to be heard above the music. And you actually need to bring this down a lot more than you think. Let's start with a 10. Let's start with an NOC. Turn off vampire devices when not in use. Yeah, 10 was a decent shout. 15 might just make it a little bit more of a pumping house track. Let's have a look. Turn off vampire devices when not in use. I think I nailed that. Now, you can also... I always think that fading in the music, you can do that. But I definitely always want to fade out the music so it's not an abrupt stop at the end. So Agreed. I'm going to do a fade. Yeah, I'm just going to do a fade out, I think. Fade out duration, 2 seconds. Okay, fine. That sounds good to me. And well, actually, let's, what do we like for time? We're all right, actually. Let's see NOC putting the track on.
DJ Nicole in the house. Let's go over to media. And let's go up to our audio option. And not searching for thermostat anymore.
Yeah. Not sure what that would give you, really.
Something chilly and cool.
Terrible.
I know, it's awful. I actually, my audio hack is like the word corporate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I find it gets like what all the big fancy corporations like Adobe use for like all their adverts. It's like where you get like these upbeat tunes.
How very disappointing. Corporate is your hack.
Yeah. So like right there, upbeat electronic.
Let's try one. Come on, then.
Funny if it was the same as yours. Oh, have you got sound? I don't even have sound.
No, I don't think so. Can you hear it?
No, let me check.
Oh,
Is
right.
my volume's up full? It's because
Hold
I'm
on.
going through
People
QuickTime
can.
Player.
Yeah,
So
don't worry, that's fine.
that's
People can search for corporate and
and
see what joy it brings.
it's the bassiest beat there ever was.
She's
And look, it's just gone in, and I already know. I don't even need to listen to it. I know I'm going to reduce it down
a
to 10
10%, so
volume.
she just won't change her mind.
Such a bargain. And
Yeah.
then I'm going to go out. 2 seconds sounds groovy like a drive-in movie, so I'll just leave it like that. I'm done.
Done. Oh, well, you say you're done, but I'm going to throw
Oh,
one more thing in there. I'm going to throw one
yeah.
more top tip.
That's
Let me get it.
animation.
Well, you could do, yeah, that's a good one. Tell you what, I'll do transitions and you do animation. So
Fine.
between your scenes, you have these little pluses, and you can add a transition, and that just means that it gives you a little bit of a smooth groove between scenes. So these things come up, and you can sort of hover over and see what they're like when they change between scenes. Dip to black, dip to white. Yeah, I used to be a dissolve man, but Emma has actually got me onto slides and things like that now.
Yeah.
Wipe. Not really sure what a wipe is really, but I'll do a wipe now. But the reason why I want to show you this is because the top corporate hack here is apply to all scenes. You can see it down the bottom there, apply to all scenes. And that just makes consistency, and it means you don't have to do much work. So, great on both counts.
Winner.
So yeah, so if we play this, wipe. And then it's already done it on here as well. Wipe. So there we go. That's the top tip of the day. Wipe. Let's. I know. So you can do a bit of you can do a bit of animation.
Animate the text. So I did do that. I also chose wipe. But what I applied to all scenes, but then I went in and changed the directions of all of them just to be extra.
Oh, that's a great tip. Nice.
So yeah, and it was really handy because they all popped up with all their little transitions. So I just had to keep tap one, change, tap, change, just like that.
Yeah.
So
no, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, let's animate our text. I'm going to do that by clicking on my text box, scroll to the very bottom of your side panel, and I get animation. And then you've got loads of options here. So you've got animate on your way into the scene. You can loop constantly, like the whole time that the scene's playing. And then you can animate on your way out. And then look, Dom, this must be your favorite button.
I know. I tried it yesterday and deeply unsuccessfully actually, because I thought it was going to do it to the whole video, but I think it just does it to each scene. So if you've got icons, text, and something, because I thought it was going to be everything, and I was like, bingo. And then it was like, oh no.
I wonder, is that one?
No, I think it's the same. Yeah.
The same. So let's animate in, seeing as this is the start of our video, and you know what? Let's go with bungee, seeing as we have enjoyed the bungee text.
Bungee text. You've got bungee text there.
Bungee text. Nice. You can go in and personalize and edit and customize your animation even more. Like, how many bungee bounces do you want it to do?
Yeah.
Maybe 3. Yeah. Maybe you want it to start outside the page, which is always a nice option. And then you can have it looping the whole time as it's on. So like blinking might work well for this one. And then just copy and repeat. Click on your text box, scroll to the bottom, find your animation. And then I'm just going to choose looping for all the other ones, I think. And maybe a nice yo-yo whilst that one's on.
Yeah.
Do you like bob or wiggle?
Probably a bob, actually.
You're a bob.
The wiggle just makes me nervous.
The bob, I think, is brilliant for this water one. That's just going to work well, isn't it?
Yeah, that does work well. Right. In the interest of time, nice. That is a good one. Show us download, although downloaded video is maybe
the exact same as our graphic, to be honest. Just click download and it will download to your camera roll.
What video resolution?
720 is plenty.
720 is plenty.
And then click download. It just save some of that device storage, So usually after I've downloaded it to my device, and if I've asked my pupils, put it up onto Seesaw, Google Classroom, wherever, insert platform here, then they can delete it off the iPad.
Yeah.
Because they've exited it somewhere.
Yeah, and while Nicole's is painfully downloading somewhere, I'll just show you how to share, which is the same as before. Google Classroom if you need it, Microsoft Teams if you need it. Otherwise, it's a view-only link, or Google Drive is a good one as well. Create a view-only link and create link. And again, that will probably take like 30 seconds to a minute because there's lots of animation and music and text and video and all that kind of goodness on there. All righty, we have got 8 seconds to close this out.
Go on.
Well done, everyone. You did really well. Go to get something else on our next sessions by going here. We're already over time, so what does it even matter now? But register here for a new session. We've got loads of stuff going on in the next few weeks. So be there or be square, as they used to say when I used to watch Saturday television. But otherwise, NOC's back. What more did you want? New year and NOC's back. Thank you very much, everyone. And we shall see you on the next one.